Hello everybody, and welcome to the first episode of the 1,000 subscriber special. We're here at the Flight 93 National Memorial in Somerset, Pennsylvania. It is such an honor to be here. It's crazy. This was the fourth hijacked plane in the September 11th, 2001 terrorist attacks. It was supposedly headed for the Capitol building or somewhere in Washington, D.C. But what happened was it ended up crashing into a field. This very spot. Basically, the crew realized that they were on a hijacked plane, and the people on the plane tried to take a hold of the hijacker, but it ended up crashing. They saved possibly hundreds, if not thousands, of lives that could have been killed. So the people that were on Flight 93, besides the hijackers, were heroes of that day. And they got the memorial right here. It looks so awesome. All right, let's go check out the sign over here. You know me. Flight 93, National Memorial. A common field, one day. A field of honor, forever. September 11th, 2001 at 10:03 a.m. United Airlines Flight 93 crashes into a field 2 miles ahead of you, shattering the quiet of the Pennsylvania countryside. Those who rush to the scene look on in disbelief at the charred trees and a smoldering crater. I'll put a picture on screen right now of the when it crashed. This community, like countless others across the nation, is shaken by the crash and the unimaginable violence and destruction that the Al-Qaeda terrorists bring to the World Trade Centers and the Pentagon. But as the day unfolds, this ordinary field reveals a compelling story of courage and hope. This memorial is a tribute to the passengers and crew of Flight 93 and a place to explore this inspiring story. You will journey through a landscape that still hints at its mining past, on your way to a simple field that is their final resting place and a lasting testament to the deeds of 40 extraordinary people. So, for those of you that aren't aware about the 9/11 attacks, basically in the morning of September 11th, 2001, a terrorist group called Al-Qaeda, which was located in the Middle East. There were some hijackers from Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Afghanistan, basically the Middle East. They went to airports across the country and hijacked 4 planes to attack. Flight 11, Flight 175, Flight 77, and Flight 93. The first one was Flight 11, which hit the North Tower, the Twin Towers in New York City. It hit the North Tower. That was the first one. The second one was Flight 175, and it hit the South Tower. The first 2 towers, like 20 minutes between those two impacts. And then Flight 77, which hit the Pentagon, which is a military base in Arlington, Virginia. And then the 4th plane was Flight 93, which luckily by the time they figured out what was going on when they were in the air, so they realized, we're in a hijacked plane, because they had already ordered every single plane to land by that point, and they're like, you know what, this is the last one up, we gotta be in a hijacked plane. So they rushed to the cockpit. The people on the plane try to fly it the best they can, but they cannot get Jarrah, the hijacker, out of the seat. So basically what he does, he's like, oh my God, I can't control. So what they do is he just whoosh, the plane hits the ground and just blows up. Right over there. This guy. This guy. You can just picture a plane flying through here, and eventually, boom. It's great. So here's the field, or whatever. We have snow. The house and barn in 1945 is when it was built. Common field. This land was first settled in the late 1700s. For half a century, or for a century and a half, much of the area remains wooded with cultivated fields and pastures surrounding a few scattered farmhouses and barns. And beginning in the 1950s, mining reshapes and landscape. Huge machines scrape away the layers, all that stuff. Coal miners bring people and jobs. In the mid-1990s, surface mining of these lands ends, although unused mining equipment and industrial building litter the area. The rocky land is being reclaimed. Coarse grasses and small trees are planted. You get the idea with that. Field of Honor. September 11th, 2001, the land is transformed again by the actions of the passengers and crew of the United States, or the United Airlines Flight 93, because of their struggle with terrorists. The airplane crashes just 2 miles ahead and not at the terrorists' intended target in Washington, D.C. So it's not 100% certain where they were planning to go. Some people say it's the White House, some people think it's the Capitol building. Me, personally, I think it was the Capitol building, because the White House is kind of a small target, and President George W. Bush wasn't even at Washington, D.C., so it's probably the Capitol building, which we're going to see later in the trip. As you can see here, at the site of the crash memorial, and verdant trees, grasses, and wildflowers embrace this land. Millions of people from around the world come to pay their respects. So that is awesome. Check this out. This is a cool looking field too, to be honest. I've never really, where it crashed, you can get the exact spot where it happened. So here's my theory on why the attack for Washington, D.C. didn't work out. The hijacker was Jarrah, and the reason for him, he didn't hijack the plane. So what they did, the hijackers, they would go into the cockpit and use box cutter knives. If you've ever seen a box cutter, the securities weren't good in airports back then. So they would take the box cutters and go in, stab the pilot and co-pilot, kill them, throw them in the back, and then they'd take over the plane. Jarrah waited 40 minutes to hijack the plane. The plane took off at 8:42, just 4 minutes before the North Tower was struck. By the time he hijacked the plane, it left from Newark, New Jersey, bound for San Francisco. By the time he hijacked it, both Twin Towers had already been hit. So people had already known that we were under attack. And then the United States basically ordered all the planes to land by that time. And by the time they knew, the Pentagon had been hit like shortly after that, so they didn't really have time to evaluate that one. But Flight 93 probably made a U-turn somewhere around Ohio when they got to that area from New Jersey. Probably took a U-turn somewhere above Ohio to come back this way. And they could tell, yeah, this is a hijacked plane. And they already knew because the Twin Towers had already been hit and everything, so they're like, you know what, this one's hijacked. So they storm in, they try to take it out, and then they hit it down. I think if Jarrah would have hijacked the plane earlier, they might have hit Washington, D.C., but we were already knowledgeable by the time that happened that he kind of screwed it up. Guys, so we're here at the main area. This is probably the crash site up here, so let's check it out. All right, Bruno, bathroom's over there. Just saying, Bruno, if you were here, that we'd be in the bathroom. All right, so here we go. We got a map of the place here. They got a structure kind of like with Lincoln's birthplace. They kind of had something like this too. We got the Tower of Voices. We got the Memorial Plaza and crash site, Memorial Groves, Visitor Center, Visitor Overlook. You can read that, pause the video. Wetlands Bridge. I don't know how to say that word. Walkway. Tower of, okay, it's the same stuff. So you see here's the map. They kind of like made a little replica of it, which is pretty sweet. This entrance looks freaking epic. Memorial Plaza. Crash sites over here. I bet we'll be able to see it from here. So, I mean, this has got to be something. Dude, this is freaking awesome. This is an epic entrance right here. Oh my god, this is so awesome. This is crazy. Okay. Sorry. You have to come here sometime. It is epic. This just feels so cool walking up here. Oh my god. All right, here we go. They have the exact second. 8:46:30 a.m. North Tower, Flight 11 crashes. 8:46:30. Flight 175 at 9:03:02 a.m. in the South Tower. Flight 175 hits. I believe those two left from Boston. This is actually pretty cool. Dang, it is long. Then we got 9:37 a.m. Pentagon. Flight 77 crashed in the Pentagon 9:37 a.m. I gotta check out this view, man. This is just like a hill over here. Okay, this is the sun. Sorry about the wind, but oh my God, look at this. Common field one day, field of honor forever. Oh man, check this out. Oh my God, the camera is not going to do this justice. You have to be here to experience this. This is absolutely insane. And then 10:03 a.m. Flight 93 crashes here. So here we go. Here's a map. I don't really know where we're at right now, but
Memorial Plaza.
We're at the Memorial Plaza, so B. We're here. See, the debris field is right here. Crash site's right here. Flight path is right here. This is the western overlook. I think we might already been there. And then A is the visitor shelter. So we want to see the crash site and the debris field. Oh my God, let's do this. I'm terrified of heights, but it's not actually that high. This is awesome. You have to come here. The camera's not going to do it justice. Check this out. Okay, guys, we weren't filming, but I was standing over the thing, and the wind blew. My hat fell off, and it's down there. So yeah, we gotta go get it. All right, let's go.
Go get it, hurry.
I'm not usually one to
Go get it, hurry.
My hat fell off in the same field Flight 93 crashed in, so that's actually pretty special. So I was just up there, that's where my hat flew off. We went inside the visitor center, but you're not allowed to film in there, so we just checked it out, and they had like recordings of some of the people on the plane there. We talked to this lady, and she gave us a ton of information about the place. So this place was first constructed actually in 2011, and it was finished in 2015, so it's actually very new place right here. This is the crash site down here. This is actually crazy. If you're ever in this area, people from not just this country, people from all over the world come here. I don't know what this is, to be honest. This path?
Yeah.
Alright, this is the path out of the crash. Let's check this out. This is what a view. So you can just picture the plane. I don't know which way it came in, but let's just picture a plane flying through. It's actually pretty cool. Obviously sad, but those people on that plane, probably some of the greatest Americans. If I was on that plane, I don't know what I'd do if I was on one of those planes and it was hijacked. I have no idea. It's just a horrible thing to think about. That looks like Prince Andrew right there. Okay. Memorial Plaza. You can read that if you want. Here we go. Here's the impact site. Let's check it out. This is the one we've all been waiting for. It's actually a bridge. You can actually walk from the center all the way down and take that bridge. Check the field out. There's another path down there, and then you come around here. You're not allowed to take vehicles through here. So if you're planning on coming with a tractor, sorry, you're out of luck. You can't drive cars through this road. No smoking, pets, bikes, or food beyond this point. So if you were planning on coming in, riding a bike, walking your dog on a leash while smoking and eating a cheeseburger, you can't do that here. So sorry about that. So this boulder right here is the exact spot the plane went down and hit. That exact spot, and there's a ton of trees down here. They had to take out like 100 of them and put a mulch pile, which is what that hill is over there, So that's the exact place it crashed. That's ridiculous. I cannot believe that. Oh my gosh. Obviously, you can't go up and touch the rock or anything. But wow. Just speechless. The view here is insane as well. Looks like people left some flowers and some crosses, holy things, and a jack card for the rocker. I don't know what the jack's supposed to be. Maybe someone on board's relative came. Maybe they like playing slapjack or something, flapjack, whatever you call it. Yeah, that's pretty freaking awesome. So that rock right there is where it crashed. So I guess it was coming down. I don't know which way it was coming in. I don't really know where we're at. I guess it was probably over here, I'm assuming. But yeah, just picture the plane coming down. Boom! Over there, that rock is. Wow, that's just crazy. So the crash site's right through here, literally right behind me by the rock. And here we go. Here's the Flight 93 cemetery tour. It's kind of like a cemetery tour for us. The wall of names for all 40 of the passengers and victims of the place. We got Christian Adams here. I think they're in alphabetical order. Lorraine Bay, flight attendant. Todd M. Beamer. Alan Anthony Bevan. Oh, sorry if I mispronounced some of these things. Mark Bingham. Diora Francis Bodley. Sandy Bradshaw. Flight attendant Bradshaw. Remember them talking about that? Flight attendant as well. Marion Britton. Thomas Burnett Jr. William Joseph Cashman. Georgine Rose Corrigan. Patricia Cushing. Captain Jason M. Dahl. I wonder if this was the guy that was the pilot. I don't know. Maybe. Joseph DeLuca, or maybe the one that they killed. Patrick Joseph Driscoll. Edward Porter Felt. I saw something on that in the fact. Jane Folger. Colleen Frosser. Andrew Sonny Garcia. Jeremy Glick. Kristen Whitegold. Lauren Katsuki Grand Colas, an unborn child. So there was a pregnant lady on board. And this was the unborn. No. Lauren Katsuki and then the unborn child. Oh my God, that's horrible. Holy crap. Wanda Anita Green, flight attendant. Donald Green with an E at the end. Linda Gronlund. Richard Guadango. First officer Leroy Homer. What's first officer?
I think the pilot. I don't know.
Either this guy was the pilot or the captain over there is the pilot. This is probably the co-pilot or the pilot. I'm not too sure. Toshia Kuj, Kesey Ross Laus, another flight attendant. Hilda Marcy, Waleski Martinez, Nicole Miller, Louis Knack II, Donald Arthur Peterson, Gene Hoadley Peterson. I guess these two might have been husband and wife, most likely. Somehow related, I assume, probably. Mark David Rothenberg, Christian Ann Snyder, John Talignani, Honor Elizabeth Wynio, and the last flight attendant, Deborah Welsh. Oh, there's more over here. This is just September 11th. Oh, that's terrible that there was a pregnant woman on board. That just hurts me. These are pretty cool. Also, that could be spelled Louis or Louis. I don't know, since I'm a Monarch guy like Louis. Alright. So with that video, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and shout outs to my cousin Lily for making the outro again. And with that, be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and thank you for 1,000 subscribers. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Wah!